Hey guys, welcome back to AZ Triumphster. So I'm at work yesterday and UPS shows up as usual. Normally they're the deliverer of Saddlemen seats. One arrived and it just so happened to be for the Fat Bob. So this is the seat that I've been talking about that you guys have been waiting to see, the profiler seat, tuck and roll stitching. I think I did dark gray stitching, but it's a little overcast today so it's difficult to see, but I want to show this to you. Check this out. I mean, talk about a clean fit. The contour is just absolutely immaculate. It's so perfect the way it lays in there. The stitching looks great. It's definitely got a retro look about it, which is really cool. Oh, by the way, don't sweat the front cowl. I got something going on, top secret. I'll share with you guys soon. But anyways, here it is. Tuck and roll stitch in the rider section and then plain rear. But I haven't ridden it yet. I'm about to head out to work. So once I get there, maybe the sun will come out and I can show you guys the stitching a little bit better. But once I get there, maybe I can share with you guys a little bit about the ride. Tell you, how it felt, since I'm a shorter rider, if it affected the, my ability to get good footing when I'm stopped, how it positioned me front to back, up and down, all the stuff. But without having ridden it yet, just by look, fit, finish, style, I absolutely love it. This looks incredible. So let's get this thing fired up, warmed up, and head to work, and we'll see what's up. All right, well, I'm home now. It's after work. It's in the evening. Dinner time's over. But in my defense, it never cleared up today. It was overcast all day. And it was just a crazy, crazy busy day. I didn't have a chance to do much other than emails all day. But that's okay, because that allowed me to then, of course, ride the bike home with the profiler seat and get a little bit more insight for you guys. So let's flip the camera around. I'll kind of go over a couple things that I noticed now having ridden the bike twice with this seat. Decent ride, but let's check it out. So much like the step up, the first thing you notice is its firmness. It's definitely firmer than this factory seat. But what is interesting, because I'm riding this bike, and before I had put this seat on, I had stiffened up the rear preload because I thought that the rear end had a lot of movement to it in turns. So I'm riding to work with this seat on, and I'm thinking, this is way too stiff a ride. And so then, I end up softening up the rear suspension just to kind of dial it in better. But ultimately what I determined from that is that the movement that I felt was more to do with the seat. Not being firmly planted in it like I am with this. And then also, the material and the padding has more give than this one. So I think I was really experiencing effects from the seat. It's, the factory seat versus this one. Which I thought was kind of cool. The other thing is, you feel very, very, very planted. And if some of this sounds familiar from the step-up seat video, it's because the quality there, it's the same. The material, you're not really moving around a lot. It doesn't have the gripper material on it, but you still have better grip to it than this seat. And the fact that, it's mounted, as contoured as it is, you just feel like you're more one with the motorcycle. It's kind of an odd thing to try and describe, but it just feels like it's a more natural relationship than with this. So, and then, I'm actually going to pop this off real quick, the seat, and put it next to the factory one so I can give you some sort of idea of the difference in shape. All right, here they are side by side, and I managed to get them balanced on the table. Watch, we'll be doing this, and one of them will fall over. But, so here's your factory seat, right? Kind of has almost like a turtle shell sort of rider section shape about it. And then Here's the profiler. And then, you know what, let's get a look from the side, sort of how they are shaped. And they're about side by side, so yeah. Okay, so what I can say that I noticed, the two things, other than the firmness, but I'm just regarding shape, two things that I noticed the most was this, where, you know, the inseam is much narrower than this. I definitely noticed that, and it was helpful. You know, again, I'm a short rider, and so, you know, anything that aids getting better footing without, you know, compromising an overall, you know, I guess, you know, handling, like, you know, if you end up perched up much higher, it's kind of more of an aggressive riding position. You cut it really low, and that starts to kind of change things in the comfort and feel of how you ride the motorcycle. So this really didn't compromise anything. It actually benefited to have this narrower. And the other thing is that you notice is this part. Admittedly, I feel more contact. Yep, see, there it goes. I feel more contact here with this seat in my lower back, overall, from this point to this point. And then on this one, you feel it only so much in the lower point. And, you know, you might say, well, you know, that's not good if you want lumbar support. But here's the thing. This really isn't supportive. It's very, you know, it's super soft. I better do it so you guys, there. I mean, super squishy. And so this one, the give is only in the depth of this tuck and roll stitching. So even though the contact area is lower and not as much as this, it doesn't compromise support in any way. And I come back again now to the confidence in the feeling of it being just absolutely planted on the motorcycle. Like it's part of the frame, not that it's a bolted on part. It just feels like it's molded into the overall build and construction of the motorcycle. So very, very confident instilling ergonomics, shape, feel, padding, all of it. Let's put this back on the bike real quick and finish this up. All right, there it is, back on. Super easy. Just slide the tongue on. Phillips head in the back. I just love the way this comes up and contours the lower part of the tank. It's just such a beautiful seat. I couldn't be happier. I'm so glad that this turned out this way, that it didn't sacrifice any of the any of my ability to plant my feet on the ground when I stop. It didn't change my distance to the handlebars or to the foot pegs. It's just a much higher quality seat in fit and finish, ergonomics, and then in appearance over this. So this experience kind of has me reflecting on the step up that I tried, and I'm glad that it, you know, came to something like this that I got to experience and enjoy, and ultimately that I'm going to keep, because I see how huge a following, you know, the Saddlemen step up has, how many people love it, put it on their lowrider S's, their street bobs, etc. And, you know, and I tried the seat, and I've ridden other people's, you know, street bob, whatever, with the step up, and it just never really resonated with me. Again, being a shorter rider, it taking away from that ability to you know, plant my feet on the ground when I'm stopped. You know, and so I just never really got to appreciate it. And now that this seat's on and I've gotten to try it, and I'm going to continue to obviously ride with it and enjoy it. In fact, I think, you know, maybe we'll do like a 300 or 500 mile follow up on this once it's broken in, you know, and I can tell you a little bit more about the padding at that point. But I'm just glad I got a chance to actually appreciate the seat, and Saddlemen as a company. You know, as again, Dean Speed Customs is a dealer for Saddlemen seats, so that rapport is there. Our rep is fantastic, and you know, we sell a ton of them, but this just changes the game for me in being able to share the experience with folks that may have questions about them and stuff. So I'm grateful for that. But in any regard, let's finish this up. It's getting late. It's been a long day. I'm tired. I'm sure you guys are too. Holidays kind of drains you a little bit. But I owe you guys a 1,000 mile review because I just got the break-in service done on the Fat Bob, and certainly have some things to share about that. And so I owe you guys that, and I'll have that up soon. But thanks for hanging out. I hope you guys subscribe so you can stick with me and see what comes next. Go ahead and like the video, and just be extra careful out there with the added drivers on the road. And I'll see you guys on the next one.